Hello dear students, welcome to TMC virtual class. Today we will continue history, chapter number 5, mass media and history. Already this chapter we learned in a previous class. So just to try recap. In the recap, first we studied introduction of mass media and history of mass media. Do you remember what did we learn in the introduction to mass media? Yes, absolutely correct. We learned technology, printing technology, how did it come in India, who had brought it, and how did it start newspaper printing in India. Okay, and then we learned that there are not only there are many other medias also. Then meaning of mass media also we studied. So in short, recall that chapter and then let's try again the same questions. First question here, complete the sentences by choosing the correct option. First question is, the first English newspaper in India was started by? Yes, do you remember answer of this question? Yes, try it. It is James Augustus Hickey. Absolutely correct. Next question, identify the wrong pair in the following. So there are the four options given and you have to identify what is the answer of this? Yes, wrong pair is Prabhakar Acharya P.K. Atre. So the next question, answer the following questions in 25 to 30 words. Explain the objectives of newspaper. Do you remember for what purposes newspapers were started? Yes, for the spreading current news. Okay. Second is for the welfare awareness about the society to bring reforms in the society. And the fourth was it is awareing people about the democracy, rights and the duties of the people, etc. Okay, and the last one, entertainment. Next question here, complete the following concept chart. So you have to mention about the newspapers, beginning, background, nature of information, programs and functions. Are you remembering something? Yes, try your level best. Take a 1 minute and recall your knowledge. So yes, absolutely correct. Whatever you remember, I hope I'm taking it positively. So newspaper introduced in the 7th century, and not in a real sense, but just only as royal dictated were distributing, occasionally giving informations about important events. And then the first English newspaper started in India on 29th January 1780. Okay, and the who did start it? It was started by James Augustus. That you have to James Augustus Hickey has started it. That you have to mention in this point. Then the nature of informations or programs, especially newspapers, started to spread current political issues. Okay, then the social and the economic and the cultural events of a times in print. And the last one you have to remember functions. So there are many functions performed by newspaper. So important medium for creating social and awareness. Then the keeping the readers, viewers with the facts, statistic, local, national and international issues and stories that you have to remember. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will learn about next point. Okay, before that, let's have a look at keywords and objectives. So, objectives of these chapters are to know the concept of magazines and journals, not only concept, there are history also. Okay, and to know about the digital and electronic what you can say journalism. Okay, then why do we are using mass media in a present period? So we will try our level best to understand it, and then we will understand different purposes of authenticity of the news given in the present period, and what are the uses of newspapers in our not only newspapers, all the mass media in our today's world. Okay, so applications of these all we will learn. So here are the keywords: magazines, journals, electronic or a digital journalism, television, radio, ultra modern periods. So first mass media we are going to learn is magazine and journals. So we will learn about their history in short and the different concepts of magazines. You know, magazines are periodicals. Okay, they are publishing particularly after 1 year or 1 month or 1 week. So there are based on their publication periods, they are given divided into different categories. Okay, let's have a look at these categories: weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, then the quarterly, 6 monthly, annuals. As you know, the meaning of weekly. Weekly means per week. So magazines which are published every week, okay, is called as weekly. Second, bi. What is the meaning of bi? Did you learn in a Latin or Greek language these words? Recall, where did you learn? Yes, bi means two. Okay, so twice 2 weeks when the magazines is publishing in a 2 weeks. Okay, then the monthly, per month when the magazines are publishing, they are called as monthly magazines. Okay, same way now bi monthly. So twice in a month, or sorry, um, okay, so here twice not in a month, but publishing in a 2 months. Okay, will you cut it? Next is quarterly. What is the meaning of quarter? Quarter means four. So quarterly means when they are publishing in a within a 4 months, that is called as quarterly. 6 monthly means once in a 6 month when they are publishing magazines, that is called as 6 monthly, and the annual, you know, the yearly. Okay, so when we are publishing magazines per year, that magazines we will call as annual. Now you know we have different types of magazines, and at present we have a lots of variety. But in the past, the first magazine which was published in Marathi, that was a Digdarshan. Okay, then next was a Pragati. So you know there may be some chronicles which are published at a not a fixed time. Okay, let's have a look. So first monthly magazine in Marathi was a Digdarshan, and it was edited by Balshastri Jambhekar. Okay, then the second, you can call it second, but we are not sure whether it is a second. So Pragati was published in 1929, and Trambak Sejwalkar was the editor of this magazine. Okay, then the next magazine, you find not a next exactly, but there are various types of magazines. So Bharatiya Itihas and Sanskriti, then the Marathwada Itihas, Parishad Patrika, these are the some other magazines. Let's have a detailed look about this, okay, on this. So Digdarshan, as I told you, is the first magazine, okay, started by Balshastri Jambhekar in Marathi, and it was named as a Digdarshan. Next one is Pragati. So this is also one of the famous magazine or periodicals in India, Pragati, and it was started in 1929, but it is now defunct. What is the meaning of defunct? Which is not published in a recent period. So not existing. That is called as defunct. Okay, so it is also edited by Trambak Shankar Sejwalkar, and he wrote various types of historical journals in this magazine. So regularly he written different types of historical journals of Marathas and Maharashtra's history and social movements in this magazine. Okay, Currently, we have a many types of magazines and periodicals, and they are devoted to history, not only history, but various types of subjects. Okay, here related to history, we have to remember two types of magazines. One is journals, sorry, not a magazines, Marathi journal, okay, Bharatiya Ityas आणि Sanskriti. Second one is a Marathwada Itihas Parishad Patrika. You know the Marathwada is the main region in the Deccan Plateau of Maharashtra, and based on their history, this magazine is written. And in these journals, okay. So you have to do one research work in on these magazines. Uh, you have to find out different types of journals, okay, cited about. There are many more journals and related to research in history published in Marathi, Hindi, English by various institutions and universities. Search and find out about them with the help of internet, and I think you all will do well these all things. Are you able to identify this picture? Yes, absolutely correct. It indicates what? It indicates electronic or digital journalism. Okay, so what is the meaning of electronic or digital journalism? Are you using this type of journalism, or are you reading related to this type of journalism? It not, but in the future you will. Okay, so we are using nowadays electronic or digital journalism because of the development in the science and technology. We are in a ultra modern periods. What is the meaning of ultra modern periods? We have a lots of technology to help us, and they are helping in a different fields. Even you find in the journalism also they are playing important role. Okay, so ultra modern periodicals form a part of electronic or digital journalism. Okay, and you know, in case of this type of a journalism, history is the basic concepts and the prime subject of interest for these periodicals as well. Many web channels, portals, then the social media, web channels like a YouTube, history, etc. They are helping us to learn about history and the historical events. Okay, so first here we will learn about radio. As you know, radio it was actually the main source of information in the past. Recently, I have seen there are some people today also they are preferring to listen to radio, but the number of people are reduced compared to past. Before the televisions, radio was the main source of informations and entertainment. Okay, so here the Indian Broadcasting Company, IBC, a private radio company, was the first one to broadcast daily programs in India. Of course, this was started by Britishers in the India. Okay, later the same company was taken by uh, over by the British government, okay, and then named as Indian State Broadcasting Service. So it became ISBS, okay, and on 8th June 1936, it was renamed as All India Radio, that is in short AIR. I'm repeating again. First, it was Indian Broadcasting Company (IBC). Okay, then this company was taken by British government and then named as Indian State Broadcasting Service. That is a ISBS. And on 8th June 1936, it was renamed as All India Radio, that is air. Okay, and recently we have different types of radios and the different types of bands or channels you can call it. Okay, so after independence, air became an integral part of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. You know, in our country, this department is handling all the digital journalism. Okay, so they are controlling all newspapers and televisions, radios, etc. So Ministry of Information and Broadcasting of India had adopted this, and it became the integral part of this ministry. So initially it broadcasted government programs and schemes. So that time it was named as Akashvani on the suggestion of famous poet Pandit Narendra Sharma. Afterwards, in 1991, around that period, Indian government um, started to bring many changes in a broadcasting system. Then privatization was accepted. So you find during this period many private channels and bands enter. Okay, so the we will learn about these private channels also. Before that, know the Vivid Bharati. You may be the fan of Vivid Bharati programs. Yes. What is the meaning of Vivid? Vivid means different. We have a unity in diversity, and therefore we have a multilingual culture. Okay, so we have a many regional languages in our country, and we have a many dialects. So these channel or programs of Vivid Bharati, okay, are broadcasted in 24 regional languages as well as 146 dialects of Indian languages. Please try to remember these numbers. It seems a little bit difficult, but you will be able to remember. So lately, various new channels also introduced, like a Radio Mirchi, which is nowadays a famous channel among the younger population. So here, Radio Mirchis are providing radio services. Okay. Next point here. Do you know about this? In this, you have to remember in the British India, the first English news bulletin was broadcasted on 23rd July 1927 from the Mumbai radio station of the Indian Broadcasting Company, so IBC. And then later, the Kolkata radio station of IBC started a news bulletin in Bengali. Okay, next we will learn about next point is a television. And then nowadays I know most of you are addict of televisions. You cannot imagine your life without a television. Am I correct? In your free time, most of time you are watching television. So let's see the history of television. The Delhi Doordarshan Center was inaugurated by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first Indian president. And then in Maharashtra, Doordarshan's Mumbai Center began to telecast its program on 1st May to 1972. You know, 1st May is a very important day. It's a Maharashtra day in Maharashtra, and we are celebrating it. So on the occasion of this day, Doordarshan's Mumbai Center was begun. Next is color TV. You know, our the famous Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. He wanted to introduce television in India, and every family he wanted to spread television network, and therefore color television was introduced on 15th August 1982. In 1991, the Indian government gave permission. In 1991, as you know, we had brought many changes in our Indian economy. So we accepted LPG policy. So from that only we will take a P. P for privatization. So we adopted privatization during that period, and therefore we allowed many private channels or international channels to telecast in India. So in 1991, the Indian government granted permission to private national and the international channels to telecast in India. Okay, so thus it became possible for Indians to watch international events on television. Prior to 1991, we had a limited accessibility or limited international programs on television. So remember 1991. Now let's see third point. Why do we need mass media? Many times we are asking these types of questions and trying to find out the answers. So take a 1 minute and find out why do we need mass media? Is there any requirements of a mass media in our present time? Yes, yes, we need mass media to facilitate free flow of information to all strata of the society. All strata means all social groups. Okay, so different social groups. So strata of the society. You know, all the different types of mass media are not costing same price. They are differ. So papers, newspapers, which are very cheapest in case of pricing, and therefore they are providing easy accessibility of information to common public. Is it clear? So we will see each media and what are the benefits of this media. Okay, first have a look at newspaper and television. So, newspapers readers are also ensure of a platform to voice their opinions. Through the newspaper, from the all levels of the society, we are allowing people to express their views, their ideas, their voice, their problems they can present in a newspaper. Newspaper can help in making the democracy stronger. Why? Because newspapers are the fourth pillar of democracy, and here the open and cheapest source of providing information, so everyone allowed to express their views, and this information is easily spread around the country and the world. So this one is the cheapest mode of spreading information, and you can say the good and easy platform to give your opinions. So newspaper can help in making democracy stronger. Next media is television. If we compare television with a newspaper, you find there are many plus points in a television. Okay, it is an audio visual medium, and definitely being a audio visual mediums, it is more possible to cross the inherent limitations of a newspapers and the radio and show the actual visuals of an event to people, and therefore you can see live pictures of the any event, and that give you real ideas about the incident or events. So it helps us to give the real picture of the different events. Okay, and therefore we are always trying to uh, use mass media. Okay, now the next point is 5.4, critical understanding of the information received through mass media. What is the meaning of critical understanding? We have to understand all the plus and negative, positive and the negative points of this information. In a routine life, we are getting so many news, and we don't know whether these news are authentic, real, or fake news. Is it clear? So, any information received through mass media needs to be reviewed critically. Why? Because we don't know whether they are coming from the right sources, and are these news correct or wrong. And therefore, it is a very, very important to identify whether these news are correct or wrong. So, news or information in the media may not always represent exact truth. It can be fake. and therefore we need to scan it very carefully. Why? Because most of time we find a fake news are released, okay, and we are defending peoples, we are spreading wrong informations, and therefore it is a very very important. Let's have a one example. There is a very famous event of unauthentic informations appearing in print in Germany. Stern, German weekly magazine, had purchased a number of so-called handwriting diaries of Adolf Hitler. I think Hitler doesn't require any introduction. He's the well-known personality. So his diaries were very important, and therefore people wanted these diaries. Okay, so what did happen? This magazine bought it and they sold them to various publication companies. Is it clear? So after the verification for their authenticity and subsequently the news appeared in the print that these diaries are not real. Okay, so later those diaries were proved to be forged. Forged means fake, not authentic. Is it clear meaning of forge? So it becomes apparent from this example that we need to be very careful about the information published by the media, and therefore we find sometimes news are not real, not authentic. So whenever you will read any news or listen any news, try to find out authenticity of that news. Next point is a mass media and professional opportunities. You know, the subject history is a very important in our lives. So history is providing many job opportunities or professional opportunities to people. So it provides editorial articles on this day in a history, then the review, news, columns, etc. points we will learn in a detail in next point. Okay, so you know in the newspaper editors are writing, okay, columnists are writing columns, even there is an editor column also, and they provide historical informations about economic, social, political events in the past and present. It also events of historical significance. Okay, so we have to write this. Whenever we are writing these columns, we should have a historical knowledge, authentic knowledge, then only we can write such kinds of columns. Or editors must know history, then only he can write an editorial column properly. Okay, next important point, history is also essential in a planning radio programs. Whenever you are planning radio programs, okay, that time you must know history. For example, you are planning for 15th August or a 26th Jan. So you must know what was the history, okay, and what are the historical events took place. Accordingly, you can plan the program. Then Akashvani most of time inviting historians as expert for discussions on a various occasions. Okay, for example, organizing, anniversaries of a birth or a date of national leaders when they are organizing, that time they requires history. Okay, and they must know the historical knowledge of that day, and therefore we require history. Then, whenever you are arranging lectures on the contribution of various national leaders, okay, need to be supported by historical informations. So, programs like on this day in history, whenever you are arranging or organizing, you must know what did happen in the past on the same day. So these are all an internal part of the daily programs of Akashvani, and therefore they require the knowledge of history. Then television channels, they are also telecasting programs based on history. Okay, and you know many serials, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. nowadays broadcasting on televisions and Doordarshans. Okay, so For this purpose, interest in history among the people is important, those who are related to this program. Okay, so Doordarshan and the other television channels help in creating interest in a history among people through their historical shows and series. Nowadays, we have a historical channels also. Okay, so one need to have a deep understanding of history of the concerned periods. Then current channels like a Discovery, National Geographic, and the History, etc., have opened a rich treasure of a global history for the audience, and the various programs are broadcasted on these channels. So to arrange these all programs and to make these programs, we require history. Okay, historical knowledge. So it has been now enable people to view historical geographical wonders at home. You don't need to go out. Then to make such a programs more entertaining, some parts of a series are actually enacted by the actors, such as the characters of a heroic men and the women, sportsmen, army chiefs, etc. Nowadays, various programs like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, okay, series are coming in the and they are broadcast television or the Doordarshans are broadcasting serials based on the historical persons' lives. Okay, so for this purpose we require historical knowledge. Beside these serials, you find about the ancient monuments and the forts, histories of empires, and also the history of culinary arts are watched by a large number of people with a great interest. So we require people, those who have a deep knowledge of a history in the respective field, okay, and they can guide to make a such a types of series and the web series, etc. So try to think about it. What could be the method of sending a news to Delhi if there were a famine in Bihar in the Mughal period? And how much time would it take for the aid to reach Bihar after the Badshah heard the news? This is not related to today's lecture. It's related to previous lecture, but try your level best to find out answer of these questions. Okay, so some names of the reference videos you can see here. Now evaluation part. So in the questions I'm directly showing you answer. 15th September 1959. Okay, what was the incident happened on that day? In inauguration of Delhi Doordarshan Center. Then 1st May 1972, Mumbai Center began to telecast its programs. 15 August 1982, color television was introduced. And the last one, 1991, you have to remember, permission to private national and international channels to telecast in India. Okay, some questions from your chapters exercise. Already we have studied first A question A and B. Now let's see the question number 2. Okay, brief write a brief answers in that question number 2. Why do we need mass media? So you have to remember the different purposes of mass media and how will it help, okay, to spread information and knowledge and entertain people, that you have to write here. Then the mass media and professional opportunities. So where the history and historical knowledge will help you in a mass media. Okay, there are correlations you have to explain in this answer. Next question here, explain the following sentences with its reason. Okay, any information received through mass media needs to be reviewed critically. Yes. Answer is yes, we have to, because sometimes information may be fake, unauthentic, and therefore we need to go through thoroughly, and we have to check this information whether they are right or fake. Okay, and therefore we have to critically review information. Next is Knowledge of history is essential for newspaper articles. Yes, absolutely. Whenever we are writing any current article, we are using historical base for that, and to write a current information, whenever we are using history, that time historical knowledge must be required. Then the television is the most popular medium. Yes, absolutely. Why? Because a keyword I'm just only telling you, audio visual media. Okay, and therefore it is more effective compared to newspaper and radio. That you have to explain. Okay. Next question is answer the following questions in 25 to 30 words. Okay, first question we covered in the previous class. So let's take a second question. How is the history helpful in the planning of Akashvani program? Yes, it is a very helpful, okay, to plan the programs such as 15th August or 26th Jan. We require historical informations and the knowledge of the historical events, and accordingly we can plan. So in detail you have to explain how does it help. Now, last question here, last second question, read the following extract and answer the questions. Please try it. Answers are given in the paragraph. You have to read it properly and find out the answers. Okay, I'm not going in detail. You will easily get answers. Next is question number 6. Complete the following concept chart. Already newspaper part we had done. Same way, radio and television you have to do. I hope you understood the chapter, and please try to read it again and try to find out the answers of these questions. Have a good day. See you very soon.